How's it going, everyone? It's Coach Noble again, and today we're going to be focusing on counter-strafing. Counter-strafing is the ability to stop sideways movement by tapping the opposite directional key. It is a core movement mechanic that allows you to quickly stop moving and accurately fire at a target. By mastering this mechanic, your shots will be more precise and far quicker than simply letting go of the movement key. And at the end of this lesson, you'll be able to move more efficiently and effectively. For the warm-up, because this is a movement-based lesson, we'll start by using the parkour course in the practice range. It can be a little tough even for experienced players, so just see how far you can get in 10 minutes. And next, we're going to be doing a stretch led by our awesome physical therapist, Jenna.
Hey everyone, it's Jana Labari, physical therapist with MedStar Health. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do a couple warm-up exercises to help get the blood flowing in the hands and fingers and to help improve your coordination and mobility. For the finger tap warm-up, start with your palm open. Lightly tap each finger to the thumb, starting with the index finger, and keep repeating on each finger for about 20 to 30 seconds. You can start slowly and keep increasing the speed as you go. This one is the finger extension warm-up. Start with your palms on a flat surface, and then starting with the thumb, extend each finger up and then back down to the table. Keep doing this on all of your fingers for about 20 to 30 seconds. Start slow and then keep increasing the speed as you go. That's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new and it was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.
So for the first lesson, we're going to be learning to counter-strafe. In concept, counter-strafing is very easy. The issues most people run into are trying to break old habits and forcing yourself to do something new. If you've played Valorant for a long time and haven't done counter-strafing, it can take some time to do it subconsciously. So what is counter-strafing? Counter-strafing is stopping directional movement by tapping the opposite key instead of simply letting go. To get a feeling for this, let's first jump into a custom game on any map, and make sure cheats are on in the options menu before you start the match. Now, as you can see in the background, I've been going around corners and angles sideways and counter-strafing instead of letting go. This is what you will be doing for the first drill. Just try and get a feel for it. It can be somewhat jarring to do this for the first time, and even more jarring if the first time you do it is in an actual match. So instead, starting in a custom map gives you the time to adjust before you jump into ranked. I'd recommend maybe starting on A site and making your way over to the B site to see if you're on Haven, like you see here, and only strafing and then counter-strafing around corners. You can do 3 rotations from A to B, and then back. If you feel you need to go a little bit more, go for it. This will begin to break the habit of simply letting go and build the muscle memory of having to counter-strafe to stop. Next, we're going to add shooting to counter-strafing. Go to the practice range and set the bots so that they all appear without moving. This can be done by shooting the box next to the practice sign. Now, try and strafe, but only shoot after you have counter-strafe. This means that you'll be firing when you are standing still after moving left and right. That's it. This is a very simple exercise that can be done at all levels of play. Many pros will also use this drill to warm up before matches, but if you're still learning, try and kill around 100 bots while in the rhythm of moving and then counter-strafing. The final exercise can also be done at all levels and for however long you like. Playing DM while also practicing counter-strafing will solidify it into your muscle memory. Try playing DM while only shooting 3 shots, then strafing and counter-strafing, followed by another 3 shots. You can also do that same drill from the custom game, where you go around corners to counter-strafe and then shooting. And that's it. It's as simple as that. One thing to note about practicing in DM is that you are not trying to win, so in this case, try and solely focus on counter-strafing. For this lesson in particular, play 3 DMs with counter-strafing in mind, gauging how comfortable you are compared to how you started. I would also recommend trying to go for at least 20 to 25 kills, just so that you know you're practicing it. To conclude, let's dive into the most difficult part of counter-strafing, attaining it. When playing pugs or in actual matches, there will be a lot of input and it can be very easy to forget to practice. An easy way to remember is to always pause after you died and think about why you died and remind yourself to counter-strafe. Now, these are not all the reasons, but some could include simply forgetting to counter-strafe, being in position where you had to move forward and backwards instead of strafing, peeking, and gunfighting alone. Now, these are not the only reasons, of course, but they can relate to counter-strafing, so try to keep them in mind. Ultimately, the best way to understand if you are counter-strafing is when you don't have to think about it at all, and it becomes muscle memory. Finally, as you continue to practice counter-strafing, remember that this is something that can be easy to understand, but difficult to consistently implement. When playing pugs, you're going to find yourself sometimes forgetting. That's fine. Stick with it, and eventually, you won't even have to think about it. In terms of homework, for the rest of the week, try and only play DM to practice counter-strafing. Remember, never go to DM with the goal of winning. Try to always have a purpose, and for this week, do that same drill of shooting 3 shots, then adjusting. Don't worry if you're not winning. Solely focus on trying to accurately shoot after counter-strafing. Another thing that you can do when playing scrims and pugs is recording VODs and reviewing them. When playing pugs, record 3 random games and review them specifically for counter-strafing. If you master this skill as quickly as possible, more advanced skills later down the line become far easier. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, good luck in your future games, unless you're versing me.